Nuke ended 16-4 in the way of Heroic. We're on to the last map of the evening. Once again, it's going to be Mousesports taking on Heroic, trying to bounce back. We saw it earlier from Hellraisers. This time, it's going to be on Cbble. Do we really think Mousesports is going to have something in the bag? Because not only do they look a little bit lost on Nuke, but, I mean, individually, 16-4 is just a smackdown.
Nuke's not a place for them.
Yeah.
They need to stay away from that. We've gone over that. So Cbble, I'm going to, just based off what Hellraisers did, more baseless predictions. I think they can bounce back. They'll definitely have better individual performances. Dennis still playing well, a guy we keep touching on as someone who's performing much better for this squad. In terms of the overall, it's difficult because I think this is a good map for Heroic too. It's just if you can stifle them and the strategies they want to run and the order they want to do it, that's where I think Heroic will struggle. And I think individual performances from Oscar can definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean, let's just get right into it, Chad. I'm going to go on a limb here and say your clip is ready. So, I know you have a strategic clip that you wanted to highlight for Cbble.
So this is a map that we talk about. It's very difficult to get territory on as the CTs. Here we're going to see Spitty throwing some lovely flashbangs, so Lau is able to go for an aggressive pick. LDLC turned out to be rushing him, so he doesn't get to take the full-on pick like you would. But sorry about the sounds. I'm not sure why that happened in the demo. But basically, those flashes are a way to jump up there and pistol round because you're not having to worry too much about smokes or Molotovs or really getting taken down from range. That's a good way on pistol round to get a lot of early information. Speaking of pistol rounds, we saw Heroic run the same pistol round on their T-side of Nuke as what they did against Virtus Pro when they beat them in Katowice. So this is the thing that I wanted to talk about in this segment. These teams are playing in so many different online leagues. They're playing in so many different LAN events, qualifiers. There's so much Counter-Strike going on right now. And I remember as an in-game leader, it was so difficult to keep strategies fresh and to keep new ones on board, right? You can never go into a game expecting to get counter-stratted, but a team can watch your demos and look for tells. And then if you do one of those little tells, then they're going to click onto it and they know how to react. They've prepped for that. They've done the theory. It's so difficult in this landscape right now, I think, for these teams to keep coming up with fresh new ideas and making sure, oh, would they watch that demo? They have to make sure they don't get any of that stuff in their head and they just need to be clear on what they want to do. I'm going to stop talking now.
No, you're absolutely spot on, let's be honest here. But it's like, as much as, there's not much more to add to it. It's hard to keep them fresh, but then again, you're the other teams. How much time are you going to put into watching someone like Heroic?
It's a weird one.
I know that sounds almost arrogant, but you wouldn't put Heroic in like the top 3 spots or top 4 if you're going to be looking at people's demos as teams you're going to be playing against. Would you instantly put Heroic on a pedestal? And same to Mouse, you'd hope they would. You'd hope they'd have someone out there grinding through the demos, making these points for you so you can just focus on your game, information gets passed through. But still, I kind of hope that they have that in mind. Did you see anything from Mousesports indicating that they actually knew that Heroic might run that pistol strat?
The way that Oscar was positioned, he still got absolutely flattened by Yugi, I think it was. But like the way that he was positioned was if they ran that strat, the first player doesn't check the position he was standing in. They run out the hut door, and the second player swings out. He just missed his shot. If he hit his shot, it could have been a whole different round. So yeah. To
play devil's advocate with that subject matter, I mean, is there anything to the argument that that's something that the teams need to avoid? It's not so much the landscape; it's the teams deciding which leagues and tournaments to play in. When people say, "Oh, teams just need to play in less things."
Yeah.
Is there anything to that?
I think when you're a team like either Mousesports or Heroic, you should try and play in everything because you want to get to an event where you can establish yourself, get a top 4 finish, show that you can do it. And more Counter-Strike, the better. When you're a top dog, I don't think you should be playing in everything at all. I think you should be very selective. You should be like Virtus Pro and like Na'Vi towards the end of last year, being very picky, very selective. You need to keep a balance between, obviously, outside of the game and work. Yeah. And I think some of these teams, they're maybe like Heroic, they're full of a lot younger players, so they're just happy to grind, and they want to grind until they become a really good team. And that's what we saw from them in the middle of last year, and the way that they came out of that. And I think for this level of team, sure, play everything. But if you're like an SK or whatever, give it a miss. Be more selective. You have that luxury,
Don't worry about it. I got to cut you off anyways. But yeah, I like that. We did good. Second map coming up. It's going to be Cobblestone. And to take you through that, it's the same guys. Fortunately, Sadakist and Henry G taking us through it.
It is fortunate, because if it wasn't the same, and we know it's double best of ones and we weren't here, it would likely mean that we were fired, and honestly, I'm expecting that at any moment.
Yeah. For what reason? We've been pretty good boys.
Have we?
I think so. It's been all right recently.
No, fair enough.
Jason seems happy with us.
Yeah, it's true. We have to keep Alpha happy. If Alpha's not happy, everyone's in trouble.
That's true. Well, we do move on to Cobblestone. That was rough for Mousesports, but it's the thing with online CS. When you see one performance happen on one map, it can be completely polarized on the second. So we saw in the first matchup as well. I thought that was going to be Na'Vi getting a quick 2-0, but it wasn't the case. Hellraisers brought it back on the second map. We didn't think they had a chance. So you never know. But Heroic should be picking this one up. Danish CS and Cobble especially, always been very good. And players like Oscar didn't turn up for Mousesports at all. Speedy was quite quiet as well. We need those big names to start lighting up the scoreboard here. Lau didn't really bring much to the table either. I want to see Oscar on the AWP this map. We're getting into it now, though. It's going to be Mousesports on the T side here. Heroic, of course, on the CD side. We'll have a look at the T buy, see if we can work anything out from this one. It's going to be Oscar who's on towards the Superman buy. It's a tech line and body armor. There's one smoke for Speedy. I'd assume that's going to be used towards Connector, and they'll go towards the B side. That would make sense at this point, with Oscar leading the charge towards drop down. But they are sending a lot of presence towards middle for now, so maybe this could be the fast mid-execution smoke towards Connector. And just trying to overwhelm the A side. They have one player waiting for them, that's Snappy. He's by himself on the A side of the map. He could find himself in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, he goes aggressive. A lot of teams not doing that so much anymore in the pistol round for this exact reason, that you get overwhelmed. They clear corner. He manages somehow to get back inside of the site. We'll give him credit on that front. He's got Mahdi rotated over as a result of it all. He still needs to find some space to make a play.
Indeed, they have the smoke lined up for Connector right now, but there are 3 CTs waiting for them. It's Chris J. He's going to be selling something towards the B side of the map, or just holding drop down, getting the backstep in, or maybe a little flank. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going towards upper platform for now, as you can see on the mini-map. If he can force a rotation, that'd be great. If he gets 1 kill, that'd be enough. Let's see if he strikes before the smoke goes down. I'm keeping my eye on it. It's coming. Promise you that. And yeah, he'll be going in first, trying to find a kill, maybe force a rotation before his teammates go. They're not even moving as of yet. They want to see what intel he gets. And he's trying to tell them, slow down, I've got something here, but don't get anything. And it's going to be a 5-on-4. The smoke coming towards Connector. And here comes an explosion towards there. It's going to be a rough round now for Mousesports.
Yes, indeed. Shot from Volda at the balcony. Going to try and do what he can. Snappy that actually has a real chance at this. They've not just yet. Swing wide. They certainly will. Lowell gets the kill, but it's Yugi to get one back. At least one back. They need a lot more than that, though, with Oscar still fighting forward. He's one of 3 left against 2 CTs. Make that now a 2 versus 2, because Nico...
Bomb's still down.
He's evened it up, and you're right, bomb is down, which means they won't be able to grab much of it. 19 seconds to try and do so. This becomes a much, much larger issue. Gets planted. Gives Oscar a bit of a chance to work with it.
Yep, there it is. Oscar to finish off the job there. 4 kills from him in total. We said we wanted to see him. So lining up the scoreboard, he certainly delivers there. That's about as many kills as he got in the first half of Nuke. So that's not bad. He does a very good job. And you can see what the CT's mentality was there. It's a 2-on-2. You know they're going to have a difficult time getting the bomb down. As soon as you hear the plant coming in, you know they're going to be committed considering the time is low. That's one player taken out for 4 seconds. That situation, that's what the CT strike at the same time. But Oscar's ready for it. Nails the first headshot, and he gets it back from his teammate as well. 1-0, a decent start for German organisation here. It's going to be a little force buy from Heroic, CZ, some head armor as well. And Snappy gets a chance to get a first frag, actually gets in as well with a second, does damage but can't find it. It's going to be Lau to even things up, and a 4-on-4 as Yugi, he goes back towards long A, wants to continue the challenge here. Decent nade from the CTs, and Speedy might be going down here.
Might be, oh, good shot from Yugi though. Take back that might. There's no hesitation of doubt in that shot. They catch off Mahdi getting pushed outside of the site. Volda's going to get Molotov down. He's got to go toward the APC. Volda dancing on either side. Isn't exactly sure which way is his best option.
Still a little work to do here for Mousesports. They don't know where Valde is. He's by the APC. He's got a gap in that smoke as well. This could get interesting, especially when that's going on as well. Valde can hear them going on towards the site. He's pretty much won this by himself, I think. He's going to find 1 kill for sure. And the double denies the plan.
Sick.
That was really cool from Valde. What patience that was. The fact his teammate Nico gets the kill as well, that's just perfect. He's got vision. He's not gray screen by the smoke. He hears the footsteps of them going to the side as well. They think that they're safe. He shuts it down. Very nice accuracy from him. That's the force by victory for Heroic. 1-1. No bomb plant coming in. Do Mousesports return the favour of a force buy of their own? Doesn't seem to be the case. They're leaving spawn with nothing. Just 1 PT50, that's it. Could be buying for the next round. They get $900 to the next. I think they had about 2K anyway. So we will be able to get AKs into the next round. So this is the right move to make. For now, Heroic can rest easy. They'll be up against pretty much nothing. No grenades, not even a flashbang to work with towards the B site. They'll try and head, but Nico, he's heading for some upper control here. They'll find one through the smoke. That's Dennis going down, and that should be the round concluded at this point as he keeps finding kills.
Keeps indeed, Volda. Still spraying in toward the platform position. Gets away with it as well as he relocates himself off of it. And this is where he suddenly starts to come alive. We saw it last game as well. He got 6 kills in the last, I shouldn't say in the last, second half, but in the 2 rounds, he's starting to get rolling here. And last round, clutches it back with the pistols, and this time stands tall in the B sights. It's 4-1 early on. It's only 3 rounds, but those 4 kills all very, very important.
Here we go, then the buy comes in. Chris J on the scout once again. He does have 4 AKs around him, but they are lacking Molotovs. They only have 3 smokes to work with as well. Certainly not an idyllic buy. It's round number 4, 2-1 in favour of Heroic. Chris J got a lot of pressure here, smoked out, had to pull the trigger. I thought he'd take a little pop shot there, but not meant to be. As we go into 4 players focusing towards the A side of the map. That's Mousesports, of course, and they're looking for some long A control here, but Snappy and Yugi are waiting for them. Yugi not with the AWP just yet. He's still on toward the M4. 3 UMPs in total for the CTs as well. Nothing really obtained by Mousesports as of yet. They don't really have any control of the B halls whatsoever. Taking a bit of a gamble here. That means they have to operate quickly. They can't really allow themselves to be, well, they can't just sit around doing nothing as the point of trying to make. Snappy should find this kill, but Oscar actually takes him down. Refract Yugi comes in, can't make the kill happen. It's going to be a 5-on-3 just like that.
Certainly will be. Body does get taken down by Speedy in the end. Yeah, Volda's going to back off this. Lowell's going to hold the vent, make sure they can't rotate back over. Bomb gets planted A side. And it's Nico that waits on the stairs with an AK. An AK that he will very much try and hold on to into the next round. That's already much on display.
Indeed. Well, Mousesports, they could have forced one in the previous round, but they decided to get their $1,900 into this one, get the AKs out. They picked up an M4 as well. They've had a very clean round here. They're sticking together, going for that long A control, finding the frags required, and the CTs with the UMPs can't really do much about it at all. It's going to be 2-2 here. A back and forth game after getting battered on Nico. It's 16-4. All right, completely run over Mousesports, but putting up a better showing this time on Cobble. I do expect Heroic to win this one as one of their home maps here. Mousesports, I can't really remember a time where you've ever said, Mousesports, it's a really good team on Cobble. I don't think that's ever come out of anyone's mouth, but we'll see whether they can step up here. 2-2. Money still available for the cities to buy in. They're going to drop Yugi and AWP as well. So this is when the game really begins. As we go into round number 5, presumably going towards the B sites, maybe on the upper platform, has to work a little bit harder considering his teammates don't really have much to work with. Modi was just a smoke, Snappy just a flashbang. So you feel like Yugi, he knows he has to go a little bit more above and beyond as we get into round number 5.
Well, Snappy holding off to let his teammate get down into danger will mean they double up the A side. Chris J smokes off the box. They could be in the right place at the right time, Monty and Snappy, because
I do like this
they
crossfire.
have pushed them back. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
You can be my wingman. Bullshit. You can be mine.
Well, the idea is one watches long, one watches middle. They're kind of synergizing. If anyone gets overwhelmed, you can take a risk and challenge both positions at different heights they have. See if it works out. There will be some presence towards middle. Flashbangs towards long as well. It's Speedy and Lau to challenge danger first. Modi finds that frag, repositions, but he goes down. Now it's up to Snappy to see if he can get anything more out of this. Gets in the same position Modi was as well. They won't be expecting this, but it's a nice pincer, and it seems Mouse are aware this setup could be a possibility. The man advantage for them once again.
Nico dodges the flash, hears it inside of the smoke. And now he'll sit and wait and hope that they'll walk toward his crosshair. The likeliness of them doing so slim because they're out toward long A instead as Volda gets himself positioned at the cannon. And if I were him, I'd put myself in the cannon and be the human cannonball.
Or the clown.
I am both. Do you know why I'm a clown?
Why?
Because Jason hates clowns.
That's true. Well,
If anyone wants to scare Jason at an event, dress up as a clown and run at him with a cream pie.
I knew you were going to say.
Bomb gets dropped. Good play as Volda comes out for the cannons late. They go from a man down to a man up. It's Speedy versus 2. 6 seconds. Round done. Don't even peek. Oh, 4 seconds. You might get there in time to find Volda, but the smoke down's going to do it. He has no certainty of where he is, and he goes down after the time.
They went for a little chance A split then, but just didn't have enough time to work with. Speedy got 4 kills in total. Be a big gut into that one. That cannon's position so strong if you can play it correctly. Val doing a very good job there. And the fact he killed Speedy after the time as well, meant he got no money going to this round. I think his money was okay regardless. So yeah, you can see it's about 4 grand. So 3-2 though, very back and forth affair as of yet, but Heroic have the lead for now. Another buy coming from Mousesports, limited at that. 4 AKs and Laos down to the UMP. They do have a bit more utility in the previous round to work with this time. Yugi though, AWP towards long A. Quite a tight angle, get that one shot in. Normally get a flash in that position as well. You see Fallen do this all the time. Gets flash, pulls the trigger. Snacks is also very good at it as well. They always seem to find kills. Let's see what Dennis uses the flash. Everyone does in that position. Here comes the flash, and we'll see what I mean in a second. Oh, he's not using it. Oh, there it comes. Let's have a look at Dennis. That's what he does.
in, Dennis peeks.
There's the shot. So the AWP will always get flashed. It's just down to him, and he's wait like a second and pull the trigger, or just pull it straight away and hoping this pull back. Sort of the latter at that point.
Or does he not pull the trigger at all, Henry?
And has let himself go down.
Well, no, it's you know, he runs back, then do they know if he has the op or not?
Yeah.
Jedi mind tricks. That's what I call those.
Well, Nico, he finds a headshot to Chris J. 5 and 4. And 1 minute remaining. They haven't really got any control of the map whatsoever. They've got a bit of position towards long A. That's Dennis, though. Hasn't really got farther than the midway point. And Yugi's fallen back to the A side. He's backed up as well by Snappy. So this crossfire as well. It's quite cool. You can see they've got little setups they work with. So one player concentrating towards middle, but he's covered from long A as well by his teammate Snappy. So this is looking quite promising for them. One and done position for Snappy, but if he gets 1 kill and gets information, that's fine. They still have the advantage.
Snappy's gonna wait. He's gonna try and get the shot. Last time he got obliterated when he was here. This time, sees one, takes it down. Shadow shows for the second. Free fires in. Dennis walks and drops. It's on to Lowell, 1 versus 5.
Yeah, really cool little setups they have here. I like that. One towards danger, that one on the site as well. As everything's covered, I feel comfortable watching it. I think, okay.
I feel comfortable.
It's like there's some idea behind this. You can see what they're doing. Makes sense. Mousesports probably want to start favouring towards the B side, considering there's 2 CTs consistently at the A side of the map, but that's Lau surviving by himself, no bomb once again, so he's only got $200. His teammates can't really force around this. He might have wanted to go down with the ship there. We'll see what he can decide to do as we have the round number 7. Has to be an eco here, surely. Lau very good with the rifles. Let's see what he can do. As we have Nico with a decent spawn. He's got the AK-47 as well. It's always very beneficial to the CT side to have AKs. That might sound like an obvious statement, but the fact you can take actual duels and hold tighter angles, take one-shot kills, instead of having the double taps or the spray downs to the M4, makes you a bit more aggressive and feel more comfortable in certain positions. And it looks like a little B rush. Maybe not a rush, but certainly B focus from Mousesports here. Lau with the AK-47. He'll be heading towards the platform, using his teammates as cannon fodder, hopefully giving him something to work with there. He actually goes down to 9 HP. He'll probably give that AK away, but his teammates haven't got armor, to be fair.
He could get lined up right now so easily. Oh, does fall. He's not low HP, though. That's Oscar. They're still finding kills. Dennis gets 2 on the way through the smoke. They've digged up Monty. This looked so good for them to just spray into the B smoke and win out the round with relative ease. Now they've got to clutch this back. 2 men down. That nade's too far. No. Yes, they're both at tree, so it goes too far. Speedy finds another kill. They may pick up this round. Yugi's got something else in mind. That nade should do better. Directly behind the statue. 1 goes down. That's Oscar, and he gives himself a fighting chance. Kit in hand as well. Molotov and smoke. Could Molotov off long, smoke off on the bomb. He's gonna do the stairwell instead to try and push them out, but he's got the nade. Oh, on top of the site. Nice shot on Yugi, so he's not, the reason I say he's got the nade on top of the site, he's not expecting the second player, so Speedy's able to walk out.
That's actually very well played from Mousesports then. That's a guaranteed round victory at that point. You've both waiting there, you've got the communication, we know he's got an AWP, he's going to be taking down one of us eventually. As soon as he takes a shot, you need to be facing the exact same time I go down. Obviously there's a 1.5 second like reset time on the AWP, so the fact is, that's guaranteed. Like nothing Yugi can do to win that round at that point. So that was, even though it comes down to the 1v1, it looks close. There was never a moment there where Mousesports thought they're going to lose that round. So very well done from them to pick it up. Good entrance kills by Dennis, indeed, of the P250. Great work by him. And they pull around back. It's 4-3. And now the money started to look a little bit grim for Heroic. 3 UMPs and 2 M4s. Lacking grenades. Yuki with absolutely nothing. Buying the AWP, of course, as well. There's a smoke from Valda just to lock out the entrance point of the upper platform. Not much Mousesports can do for the next 15 seconds now. So at this point, sit back and wait. Towards the A side they go once again. They have a much stronger chance of winning this round, considering the CDs don't really have much to work with, especially though Yugi AWP. Snappy towards long. I haven't seen that angle before. That's quite interesting. It dodges. Okay, it doesn't dodge the flash. Actually lands directly in his screen. But he gets a kill regardless. Lau goes down.
Snap. Ooh, dead. Speedy gets payback for the last map. Dennis will take down Yugi. We could have a tie game immediately after this. As Valda gets ever closer to the bottom of middle where the bomb does reside. Nade in. 1 HP! And he can't quite take down Dennis. Losing with 15. Nico's going to slip up behind them. I stay silent. I don't want to give it away, you know?
Yeah, they could be listening.
They could be listening. Monty's got the shot on it. Chris Dennis will take back 1, but this is where Nico, 1 versus 3. He doesn't have a chance to win the round, but might be able to get a gun or 2 down. They're starting to consider it. Gun barrel sticks through. Thanks for the op. Still wants to go for it, you know?
Well, he's got a chance. He has got the kit, and only 2 players to find as well. He knows one of them's going to be low HP at this point. This kill's the one that really matters. Finds Dennis, takes him down. Now it's a Speedy with 15 HP.
You're right. You're so right. He could easily pull this off now with Speedy tagged on 15. Knows he's on the site. Molotov's going to push him. It's going to push him out. Knows he's likely to drop down the wall too because it's thrown wide side, but he moves too soon. Speedy stays in it, expecting the face. And the round won by Nico.
Nice work by Nico. That Molotov was very well played indeed. You can see Speedy. He knows if he drops down, he's going to die to the UMP. There it is. He's just hoping the fire doesn't spread to the edge of that wall. And it's going to be the round of victory for Nico and co. Well, round number 9 comes in. It has been very back and forth so far. We thought Mousesports had that round tied up, but it wasn't meant to be. They get the bomb down. That's an extra $800 per player on top of their first stage loss bonus, but that's not really much to write home about. It has to be Nico at this point. And it's 5-3 in favor of Heroic, just Deagles and P250s, but that didn't stop Mousesports before. Let's see whether they can have similar success here. Number 9. All comes out for Yugi and 4 UMPs around him, and the Deagle headshot from Dennis once again. He seems to be very proficient with the pistols these days as he opens it up once more and picks up only a UMP to be fair, but it's something. You can swap that over to maybe Speedy, who's only got a Glock. Oh, he's giving it to Oscar. I beg your pardon.
Well, it's something. Shot to try and start it off. Better one the second time as he does take the kill into Oscar. Well, UMPs. Speedy being one of the ones to wield it as he's grab that over, but it's going to be a tough ask for him to try and do anything at this point in time. They do have Snappy down, obviously, but Yugi's still posted on the AWP. Thankfully, that op could get caught off. Bomb's down, that's fine for a moment. And Volda's going to rotate in and catch off too, but they have slipped a player into the A site at Stables, and Yugi could get, oh, exactly that, could be caught by it.
It's getting a bit dicey for them now.
Yeah, the op goes down. This is where they rotate. That single player in the A site just foiled everything.
3 versus 2 now. It's up to the UMPs of Nico and Valda. It's going to be Valda that finds one. Don't think it's down to a winnable situation at least, but Chris J has got the orb.
He gets planted after it was down and in the possession forever as well. Just simply off of that, Chris getting a kill. Nico knows Chris is on the site, has to get the reload in. Chris goes for the peek in that time. Won't re-peek it out, but he'll get pushed out because, yeah, there's nowhere to hide on those angles. Dennis now knows where both are, though. Smoke goes down on bomb. That's a problem. Has to play on one. Does find it. Wide peek. Second shot not there. Nico's going to grab it, get the defuse as well. Heroic's going to pick up number 6, and they'll extend the lead.
Indeed, Dennis pretty much did all he could to win that round, but wasn't meant to be towards the end. Let's have a look at his opening kill. It sounded pretty crispy. Not too bad from Dennis. Through the wall as well. Takes down Snappy. That was to open up the round. But it's 6-3 now, and Mousesports get the plant down. And with the second stage, lost bonus in those 2 plants, managed to get a full buy here. Oscar on the orb. Like we said, on Nuka was interesting. Chris J was orbing, and Oscar had an absolute horror show of a game. But let's see what he can do on the T side of Cbble with the sniper rifle. Things starting to build up for Heroic slightly as well. They do get the full buy this time. Molly's down to UMP, but still, no one's economy really swelling at this point. Either round will break. That's towards all Heroic. And it looks like a big execution coming in. This will be the wall of smokes. This is normally a go-to when things are getting a pretty dire, but Nico seems to be aware and looking to challenge.
I like challenges. Challenges are fine. Speedy's got Nico. Flashes himself back in. Good timing, but it's Maudie that takes down 2. Chris, he gets 2 of his own, including that of Maudie. So it does mean there's now 2 versus 3. Make that 1. Snappy's the only one remaining. Decent position, but not really given the situation. The fact that bomb is on the statue, but bomb is low. Bomb is low indeed. Bomb, oh, should have been denied, all things considered. But couldn't find the angle. They now triangulate. He goes down.
If he gets that plant straight away, the planter down straight away, maybe he has a chance there. But as soon as he misses it, his teammates, the T teammates, recalculate and surround him, and the round was over. That was a big round of Heroic. You can see that money hasn't really got to a stable situation. 6-4, and they're going to be double eco regardless. Going to try and force out what they can. So 2 UMPs come out, and Yugi, he's the AWP, doesn't buy a single thing. Nico just stands with Deagle, but didn't let that change anything. He's actually very, very good with the Deagle. We saw it in Katowice, how much damage he can inflict with that weapon. As we get to Snappy, though, represented with Dennis, who's just throwing himself for a smoke and just about gets away with it. I'm not a fan of that decision at all, but gets the kill regardless, and no harm, no foul.
He's going to wait at stables, trying to use sound cues where he can to hear them inside of the danger position and figure out exactly which way they're heading. But this is bigger. Volda in behind. CZ dead. Oscar stares him down on the AWP.
Oh, this round should be over at this point for Heroic. UMP and some pistols. No kits, no nades. 5 players up for Mousesports. Dennis is low, but this would be an absolute miracle for the CTs to pull this one back. But it is Nico towards the B side with that Deagle. And I'll put it up maybe a little bit too much, but let's see what he can do here. As he can see the smoke starting to come in. I said he's the master, and there's the first headshot. Looking for more.
He's very, very good with this gun. Knows they're going to be closer. Reads the flash means they've got to be there. Lines up the headshots. He's got number 3. Bomb down as well. There's the 4th. Nico nearly goes for a Deagle ace. And no, I'm not talking about the Bosnian. I'm talking about the Dane. He's given them a real chance, and the Speedy now has to clutch back 1 versus 2. He's got 31 seconds at a smoke out, so he'll be able to plant, but he has no idea as to how close the other 2 are. As such, doesn't commit to the plant. Gives it away as well by firing the AK. They're going to boost above the smoke, and they should get full vision. UMP as well for Madi. It's lethal. Tries to tap it once more. Beat it out, but gets in the open. He's down to 41, and Madi comes around. What a round from Nico.
We said it had to be a miracle. I don't think I could have played that up any better. We said he's going to be good. I thought, okay, you'll get 1 kill, maybe that'll be it. He gets 4 and wins in the round. That's so sick from Nico. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that momentarily. An absolute amazing round from him. Let's just enjoy this for a second. The first one was good. I thought he had no chance of getting more than that. He should get refragged. There should be a faster face for Mousesports, to be fair, coming in there, but he lights him up all over the place. It's headshots for days, and it's going to be 4 kills for him, and pretty much wins the round single-handedly. Speedy couldn't do anything about that situation. 7-4, a lifeline found by Heroic. God, that was good.
That was very, very good. I very much enjoyed that, especially the second one where he knows, okay, I'm flashed off. A lot of people would just say, nah, I'm going to repeat it and surprise them, or just think that for whatever reason they're invincible in that situation. He just sits and says, okay, you flashed me. I know you're going to be at the tighter angle. Nails that. And he goes for more. Alba's got Chris downed by the UMP. Talk about bringing Heroic back into this. They've got a chance to break the economy, but that said, they're weak themselves. And Oscar, op down drop, Shocks-esque, is able to pick up 1 to make this a 4 versus 4. And he's not done at that. He'll start to look. Oh, shoulder peeks out, sees Madi, fires through the wall and puts him on 25. Thinks again, though, realizes statue's occupied. He knows it's very likely to be pushed in from the window. Speedy does find the shot. Speedy finds yet another on Yugi. Snappy tries to make it interesting. In fact, 4 HP.
Yeah.
Dennis has to trade that, but it wasn't like it was a duel. It was a simple trade for him.
The brawl of around that was. Trades all over the place, comes down to the 1v1. Mousesports pick it up. Sending Heroic's money into Dire Straits once again. It's round number 13. They will be forcing into this round. You can see 1 UMP comes out with CZs, and Nico on the 5-7 this time. Doesn't fancy the Deagle. He thinks maybe he's exhausted all of his magic for now. As we get into this one. 3 AKs for Mousesports, 2 UMPs as well. Pretty standard setup for them at the moment. Just holding up towards middle, seeing any aggression come from the CTs. Lau getting ready towards mid doors. He'll be flashed in by his teammates if required. Oscar just spotting off that rock. Chris J, he seems to be happy to play that B position by himself most of the time, walking in and seeing if he can get anything for his teammates. They know there'll be lower money here. I don't think I'm anticipating the full force buy, but let's see what happens. As we start to edge our way towards a B execution here, Nate towards the steps.
I nade toward the steps indeed, but no one there. Do you know where those stairs lead?
To the Hobbit hole.
You're right. That is absolutely 100% correct. You know Gandalf didn't use the steps, though?
What did he use?
He just, you know, floated there, I guess.
Does he float?
Myth. Rest of it's true, though.
Oh, NIP smokes for Mousesports. Let's go. Normally means you're faking from these smokes towards the A site. You don't have to, though. But they will be doing that indeed. So smokes towards B, trying to hold the CT towards that side of the map, push up middle. And it looks like it's working quite nicely for now, but there are still 2 CTs towards the A side of the map.
Chris is going to get the stables, clear that. Molotov to balcony. Speedy's already hit a shot through the vents. They line them up to get the shot and double up onto Speedy. That's taken care of, all things considered, including that of the barrels. And they'll save what they've got, just the armor and pistols, but no frag money to be given away to the UMPs this way. And it'll give them armor in the next round. In fact, they may have wrap around and go for exits. That's not a bad idea.
That's a nice round from Mousesports. They know they're on pistols at that point, right? So if you throw all the smokes towards B, when you've got pistols and armor, you see those smokes come in, you got to assume, you got to take the gamble, right, and think, well, they must be coming B at this point. You see all these smokes, you're not going to be calling fakes. You don't really have the weaponry to go hunting for it. You're still to hold up and crossfires. That's quite cool for Mousesports to deploy that at that point up towards A. You get the 2 kills required, watching the flanks as well. It's a very efficient round from them. So well played, and it should be an eco in round number 14 for Heroic as well. This is a chance to tie things up. 7-6 at the moment. And you can see Heroic going to be saving their armor and pistols here.
That's intended, as I said, to know that they don't want to give any more frag money away to the EMPs. I mean, it's interesting that they consider that, given that it's the last buy. But more importantly, they want to save their armor because they don't have a lot, and it's round 14.
Indeed. This is pretty rough for them. I could actually end up losing half, and it started so well for them. The Mousesports have...
And they were saved by a deagle.
Yeah, right.
That was the second lifeline into it after it was starting to slip.
That's more than a lifeline. That's a miracle. That's nuts. Like, it was a round where they had a deagle and speed to 50, that's it. And he just goes absolutely wild. But still, towards B we go. It's going to be Nico hearing the footsteps of Chris J on the upper platform there, but can't really get to him just yet. Goes towards the steps at this point. Just should be aware that gets caught in a nade out. And Nico gets a bit more out of this. Looking for the second frag as well. Does some damage as Speedy takes him down. Modi gives Heroic the man advantage. Still a lot of work to do here with the lesser weaponry.
Spot that ball that tries to jump back up, but it's Lowell that gets him down instead. And Yugi, I'm going to guess he gets one. One kill.
I'm going to say 0.
You're going to say 0? The fact that Lowell's turned around may indicate 0.
I'll see they're being very calm about this. They've got a minute to work with. Don't rush the plant. Check every little crevice you can. Miles low HP. He'll be holding drop down. And it's up to Yugi. Needs 1 frag, and Matt wins.
I win anyway.
No, you can't win regardless.
No,
That's
I
not how it
win. I
works.
win regardless. I still win.
You still win. Well, I guess I can't argue with that. It's going to be 7-7. We go into the final round here. Number 15 and UMP for Valda. They do get it all for Yugi, but you have to say it's been a Mousesports affair in the last few rounds. 3 in a row for them, actually. It was a very back-and-forth game until this point. They're the first team to actually string 3 rounds in a row together. So number 15 comes in here. We have a UMP once again and an AWP. Lacking a lot of utility here. You can see they've opted for no head armor. Obviously don't need it against the AKs, but it's just indicative of what kind of position they're in right now. Round number 15, Chris J towards B once again, trying to find that first pick as his teammates go towards A.
Chris gets aggressive and then backs away, given the utility put out in front of him. Speaking of put out, Henry.
Go on.
Nah, I won't. That's rude.
Oh, I see where you're going to go with that.
Yeah.
No need to be coarse on the broadcast.
Nah, it's true. But I was going to say those flames need to be put out. That's what I was going to say. Yugi gets Dennis down. That's the flash shot you were talking about in the last half. Exactly. Or not in the last half, rather. Excuse me, early in this one. It's been a long half. A lot of slow rounds, to be fair. It's the 15th, the last of it. Will slow itself again after that pick. Oh, careful. Nico's in position, Chris. Nico's in position, trades it, though. If he'd gone a second sooner, he may have been able to keep Valda in the equation, but does smoke himself off, get back to the site. Flash is going to go over. Speedy's going to drop bomb, go in. Flash catches Nico, and it's well timed. They knew he had to be transitioning out of that position. And in with the op, Oscar will go. Bomb. Hands of Speedy has to cross. They've used the smoke already, though. Oscar's got one, but he's late to use it. Yugi takes him down. Oscar's going to have to deploy it at this point. 7 HP. And he goes back, thinking that the smoke will pull them out to try and get position on him as he plants. Realizes they're not, fires into it. And now the plant does come in.
Not really much.
Good news is, Henry, they'll get money from the plant.
Yeah, nice work.
Thanks.
But it's the last round, of course. That's not going to happen. So Oscar there, you can see what he's trying to do, but very well played for Heroic. They will be picking up the first half victory. It'll be 8-7 in their favor. And after getting absolutely manhandled on Nuke, you have to say Mousesports did a decent job there towards the end to actually bring it back to a winnable situation here on Cobblestone. Still anyone's game. We'll take a quick break and see how this one concludes here on Cobble.
Well, things are going perhaps a little bit better this time for Heroic, or rather, excuse me, for Mousesports, because 11-4 at halftime at Nuke. This time they split the difference and go 8-7. But as you say, Heroic had a good chance. As you can see in the score in these highlights at the top. 5-3 up to, I think, 6-3, and then 7-4 with a deagle round that was absolutely incredible from Nico. And then things slipped away from them.
Yeah, Mousesports managed to chain 3 rounds in a row, but Heroic closed it out. Nico, so that deagle round did save them somewhat. Mousesports should have been winning the half, all things considered. But we are getting ready for the second half here. We swap things over. Heroic on 8 rounds as they go into the T side here. The stats for you. We'll see whether we can have a look who's leading the charge here. Nico, of course, 16 kills, 8 deaths. Yugi, considering it's the AWP, that's a very poor game for him. Only 4 kills in total. I want to look at Oscar, though. What's he up to? 11 kills and 10 deaths. He had a very poor game on Nuke. Speedy leading the charge. And Cristiano on 4 kills as well. That doesn't seem right to me, but I guess the scoreboard doesn't lie. Maybe it does. Lau's on 0 for 0, but, you know, we can't get them all. Speedy, though, I'd say that's bad news if Speedy's top of the scoreboard for you. You've got something that's superstar potential. Lau, Oscar, and Chris J. Like, they should be the top of the scoreboard, right? If Speedy's going above and beyond and getting those kind of numbers and players like Chris only on 4, that's not great. But still, Heroic, definitely the favourites going into this series. They had an amazing game on Nuke, 16-4. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a stomping, to be fair. But Mousesports probably needs to get off Nuke at this point.
Yeah. I think I tried to ask through my little talk, my psychiatric nightmare voice for the desk over there.
Go on.
I tried to ask how long the vetoes are done in advance. I think they're 2 weeks in advance, aren't they?
I think it's probably, I'd say 1. That's me.
I think it's 1 sounds right, but maybe it's not. Yeah,
It's 2 weeks
Monday. Maybe it's Monday. Well, that's what I think it used to be, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it?
I've always put it as 1 week ahead.
Okay, well, Okay,
Sunday.
so it's on Sunday, so it is that week. Okay, so it's not like they had Nuke in and then they got really bad on it in the meantime. You know, I was trying to theorize like maybe it was done so far in advance they didn't realize and get it out in time, but no, if it's done on Sunday, that's just pathetic. Get rid of it.
That's pathetic.
It is.
Well,
I'm not here to make friends.
No, it's true. You never have been.
I'm here to be honest.
It's going to be the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some noise as we get ready for D come on. That doesn't really work online, does it? But you can make noise at home if you like. You can enjoy, pretend you're at an arena.
Yes, if you yell really loud while you turn up the volume and they hear guns shooting, you may even get your neighbors calling someone to come visit you.
We've got a little boost here from Mousesports, something a little bit elaborate. 2 players going up towards drop down. Never seen this before. 1's normally fine, but 2 going in. This is interesting, and it's going to be Chris J to open things up as well. Successful boost coming in. Lau's joining in. This is actually very cool.
I don't mind it. Oh, he spotted another as well. That's Madi. He saw Madi's body. Chris is going to get closer and closer on this as well, knowing that there's no one else toward the fountain. Oscar doesn't need to overcommit to the peak. He knows Chris is rotating in behind them, so he just double checks to confirm that they're there. In comes Chris. Flash out as well. Oscar gets bombed down. Chris is still going to be a menace. They've got to commit to the long corner. Pinched off, but Dennis does go down inside of danger. Still, though, Chris is in position to hold them off if they were to rotate back. Valda's made a case for it, though. Oscar's found. Lowell's got to back away. They've somehow pulled this back with 2 kills to make them doubt their positions, Mousesports.
Well, Mousesports with quite the lead right now, where Heroic still have their smoke grenades. That's one thing they've got going in their favor. They've thrown a smoke towards Connector just to pull a rotation over. They will be heading back towards B, but Chris J's position should lock them down here. They seem to be aware it's a possibility. Chris J wants 1 kill here. That's absolutely fine. He does not get it. To be fair, I like that from Chris. I thought it was a great position. He's had to land the shot. Now it's a 2-on-2. This is very winnable for the T's. They still have that smoke. I think they're thrown it towards Connector. Here it comes. Flash is good as well. Lau might have to fall back here. He gets behind the rock just in time. The bomb will be planted, though. Headshots all over the place.
I can hear them, but I only see 1 kill show up. Means it's down to a 1 versus 2 for Lowell Mousesports. They had such a good start. This was a 5 versus 2. Valda with 3, Nico with 1, and Lowell's got to pull this back. Bomb planted, doesn't have a kit. They're going to push him as well. He knows it. He's likely expecting it, but they make it work. That's an incredible clutch.
Absolutely sensational there from Valda. Another 4 kills for him. And you have to say, maybe Mousesports got ahead of themselves in that situation. You get that kind of 5-on-2. you should be playing for the bomb, right? Like, even though I like Chris J's position, is like he looked like he caught them out. If you're thinking about it, if you just want to win the round, purely just that, you just get it crossfires on that B side, right? You just deny them across the board and don't give them anything to work with it. Don't even let them have a look into the side. Make them commit fully before they even get a duel. They get picked off one by one. And to be fair, it was very unlikely. I'd say it was a calculated risk at that point, but still one that didn't have to happen. And it's going to be a really frustrating one for them to give away. It's going to be 9-7 now, forced by fully for Mousesports. Even Oscar's joining in. So if they don't win this, he will not have the AWP going forward.
Yeah, there's a thought for you. No AWP on Oscar.
Is that a Moses impression?
No. Well, maybe. I mean, Americans do sound a little weird. Chris, he will sit and wait with the deagle that is very similar to another deagle that's already in the game. Dennis with the CZ will back away to cover from either swing at door to get to rock or window side as they wait for the rotation from A. That'll be Oscar that rotates. P250 for Oscar. Valda, UMP, tries to dance out. Dennis finds the first kill on a Nico either way, and now they enter. But the pistols are doing all right, you know?
They are doing
Almost
okay.
got one. Dennis finds another. This is a 4 versus 2, and Yugi on an AK is already getting picked apart. He's down to 82. It's only one bullet that hit him, to be fair, but they know exactly where he is, and Madi's going to try and go for the long-range shots from the UMP. Bombs dropped over the wall. They have to commit. Good shot, Yugi, to start it off.
Yeah, he's had a rough game so far, but this could be the difference maker. If they can hit this round up, should have been very good stead to win the round, but unfortunately, Lau, he's going to find another kill, and it's just up to Yugi now. 3 kills to 5, 20 seconds remaining. I don't think it's possible, but the nice little crouch spray works out for him. A 2 versus 1 now.
He doesn't look comfortable. He doesn't look convincing in any of his shots that he's gathered. Crouch spray almost was luck and desperate at that point, but it's done.
Certainly is. We said this was a very back-and-forth game, and the first half scoreline certainly suggested that as well. 8-7, and after picking up the pistol in a 5-on-2 fashion, Mousesports returned the favour and managed to pick up the 5-7/CZ round, so good work by them. It's going to be a force buy, of course, from Heroic. They don't give in as easy as this, so it's going to be PT50s, Deagles, and a UMP for Snappy. In terms of the utility, they have a smoke, 2 of them to be fair, and a decoy. So let's see what they can do. Nice little boost here from Mousesports. Don't see it that often these days. It was quite prevalent and in fashion for a while, but it's quite easy to pre-fire and flash out of position, and if pincering towards the A side as well can be quite hard to hold. But Oscar, this is the great setup. One player at APC watching towards long 8, the other player boosted, watches middle. Quite standard, but it does work out quite effectively as he's waiting to get his first shot here. Not Chris J on the scout this time. It's Oscar. Let's see whether he can fill those big boots Chris J's.
Good position from Dennis. Boosted up. You can almost drop away from that, but gets damaged. And not quite enough that the scout is able to one-shot the rest of them, though, being Nico. And then Volda's obviously realized Oscar's tagged. Nate goes over. It's Lowell. Backing off of it. Chris to chime in. Brings it down to 2v2 and HP low. One thing they have to be careful is not to overcommit to wrap around to deny the plant, because this happens. Yugi sits and waits with the deagle. Bomb's still not planted as a result of it because they got off of it, but Monty stays alive with 2 HP. That leaves a bit of 2 versus 1. Chris spotted, but that should be enough now. 100 HP versus 2, surely.
You'd think so, but it's Modi.
Stranger things have happened. Monty spotted, though. Chris takes him down with ease.
Well, a decent effort there from Heroic, all things considered. Went into that one of a UMP and some pistols, managed to bring down to a 1v1, the bomb going down as well. They could force into this next round. They won't have great cash themselves, but it'll be enough considering that the CTs have a difficult reinvestment. To be fair, the money's actually better than I thought it was. It's going to be Chris J with 5,600 after that round. He can drop it over, so maybe it would be a good idea just to take the eco, but Heroic do go for it. As I said, after getting a couple of tight situations there, you want to see if you can overwhelm the CTs with a chance for their bank accounts to really get out of control, but I don't think they were aware. Like, I certainly wasn't. Mousesports had that much cash ready to go. They had to get an AWP, 4 rifles as well. It's not as weak as you'd think. The 2 UMPs, Deagle, and 2 Tech 9s. Pretty rough by all things considered, but straight towards B we go. Maybe it's just a full set piece off the bat.
Lowell's ready with the nade. Chris nade himself. Ooh, they're not going to double those. Yeah, if they had doubled that, though, they could have done significant damage. In fact, maybe even taken Volda down, but Monty's going to take out Chris. They're backed off. Well, the smoke was very successful. No one on the inside of the flashes was, Flash was successful. I think there was just the one, but as they charge through, well, it's not a, maybe not now. I was going to say, it's not a bad shout to try and do so, but that shot, encouraging enough. The problem is that either team is so fragile.
Exactly.
that if they overcommit, they lose the momentum that they have, whereas they can still force around this decently if they elect to save, and I think now they will commit to that.
Yeah, when you've been completely smoked out and you're getting flashed through and not getting the trades you need, you're thinking to yourself in the bigger picture of things, maybe we just save the AWP, save the M4, and look to the future and see if we can actually get into this round. It's very unlikely we're going to retake that site, considering they could have been in a triangle formation. Heroic there, just locking them out as soon as they commit towards the site. So it's going to be Mousesports saving the weapons here, and Heroic, like we said, this game's been very back and forth so far, and it keeps on delivering. After getting 2 rounds in a row, that's Mousesports. They get sent back to economic hell, as it's going to be 10-9 in favor of Heroic. They do save the AWP and the M4, though. But you can't really force on them. If you look at the money available, they can drop like a couple of UMPs. It's not going to be pretty, but it'll be enough. A scout comes out as well. So there's enough to work with here. But after losing this round, it could mean double eco sort of territory. We'll see what they can bring to the table. CZ, 1 UMP, 1 scout, and those saved weapons from before. It's not much, but it's something.
So 1 round the difference. Chris is going to bait the Flames to the position at long. Scout to work with. Monty's looking up. They're setting smokes. And he gets a little bit antsy, I have to say, not to at least get a body shot onto that. Information that they're no less and looking to execute, so they get more aggressive. They get the rifles in position. Flow will find one. An assist as Chris will contribute to take down Monty, but those are each traded out. That's a better shot. As Chris finds Volda, that stabilizes things as well. This is where we said the force around the remaining weapons in the last round. That means, however, though, that they have well, that might change it. Chris getting another shot on Nico. An AWP and a scout to go with a UMP up against now what is just 1 AK. With 2 rifles beforehand, a real chance that could have been a problem. But Chris, I have to say this very well. We said it last map, one of the best scout players in the world to find 3 in this round.
Yeah, he always seems to deliver. And this game is a real brawl here, Matt. No one wants to give in. No one seems to be ecoing at all. And I think we do have another force buy from Heroic. This game is nuts. So it's going to be AKs and UMPs. The idea behind this is it does make sense, I promise you. The fact is, you don't want to allow the opposition to have easy rounds in a row, keeping 5 players alive. You want to keep applying the pressure until you absolutely have to eco here. Fast play towards middle. Just try and change things up here. And Oscar could get caught out. He's got the AWP towards danger. Well, these are shots, and he's actually let them slip by. He's going to have a lot of room to work with here, but the flashbangs could work against him.
Flash to Speedy, backs off slightly. Oscar's still waiting for them to walk in. Like shot on the first jump. I thought he made up for that. I thought he hit the shot over the windshield, but it's actually Speedy that did. Chris manages to get 1, but Speedy will perish, and that means Chris has to wrap around with bomb already going down. Sees a shadow, doesn't. I thought he did surely behind the van. Looks away. That gives him a 3 versus 3 in the post plant that Snappy's going to add to by getting Dennis. This goes Heroic. This is going to be 10-11. And money, an everlasting factor in this half as it's gone back and forth to start things off. We've had 5 rounds, 3-2. Finally. Actually, I take that back. I was about to say finally someone's going to win 2 in a row. That may not happen unless Lowell clutches this back because it's Heroic. Lost the last one and look like they're in position to pick up this one, and certainly will. Lowell's going to run, try and save the AWP. It's all they'll have in the next round.
Another force by victory here. This time it's for Heroic. Very fast towards A. It had to come down to Oscar. I was hoping he was going to get more done than 0 kills, to be fair. He was set up in position but couldn't get it done. Heroic overwhelming with the SMGs and AKs. I like that. A lot of Danish teams do that. MSL especially. He loves that call. He throws it in every now and then when he's obviously playing for North. They just do the rush towards A. Straight up, 1 smoke towards connector. It's very unorthodox, and a lot of CT teams will focus towards B at the start. They don't expect a rush really on Cbble unless it's towards B. And you go straight up there. As long as you get the first kill or negate the AWP, it's going to be very profitable going forward. It's 11-9, or 11-10 I should say now, in favor of Heroic. Forced by a return, of course. They did manage to save an AWP. So UMPs, a scout again for Chris J, and a CZ for Speedy. Whoever wins this round will be sending the other teams back to that horrible situation of forced buy or eco. But that's if Heroic win it, it's going to be Mousesports definitely eco. If Mousesports win it, it'll be another force buy from Heroic. So that's the game we're playing right now, the war of attrition. Who will come out on top?
Dennis will wait inside of the corner. Yeah, I mean, this is I kind of enjoy these games, but at the same time, as soon as they get cracked wide open, it tends to snowball. Yeah, at that point. So you have to keep that in mind right now. If Heroic are able to pick this up and do that to Mousesports, they could run into a 13-14 scoreline very quickly.
It's very comparable to like tennis, right? When you come into the latter stages of like a tennis match,
and a break point.
Breaking the serve, it's just getting to that point. Once you've broken the serve, that's kind of it. That's normally the person that's going to win the set. And that's almost the exact situation right here.
Flash in, Dennis peeks it, doesn't commit, but finds 1 in Nico just with that peek alone. Doesn't have to walk in toward mid to find much more than that. Molotov, surprisingly, actually does spread beyond that. It just got past the edge of the Bloom's smoke. Could have been extinguished if that smoke was even a few units backwards, but it's Oscar to get down Yugi. Heroic is dwindling. We just said if they could break them here. Oh, I take this back. As soon as I speak, it all changes. Oscar, good position, though, will catch off Valda. They got 2 kills to make this a little bit closer. Madi will find Oscar. Bomb grabbed off the back of this. Knows that the rotations are likely to be coming from B. Chris tags one. Spots the other. Knows where they both are. Knows he's got a safe plant. He's going to go for it. Oh, but is he safe? Because Lowell gets on his horse to get there in time.
Yeah, that was worth the sacrifice for one player. He has to plant at that point. He's got the UMP, a lot of mobility with that weapon as well. Go up and deny it. Modi, he wanted to plant safely, but he thought, okay, I'm probably stuffed either way here. So runs in, takes him down. As we the match pause, we go to 11-11. That was the force buy from Mousesports to saving the AWP. They win it, of course, and it's to be heroic now with the pause. Tactical at that. So let's have kind of a session of working out what they can do with this one. Snappy, $3,400. Yugi, $3,000. The rest of the teammates sub 3K. So they could force into this one with 2 Galils and then 3 Tech 9s if they really wanted to. They are forcing into this round for sure, I promise you that. So here comes the first buy. Vald gets a Tech 9 in head armor. Snappy has the AK, drops it for a teammate as well. So they're trying to work out. They take this pause now to work out how they can get the most out of their money right now. Who takes the armor? Who takes the AKs? Want to give it to the biggest fraggers right now? Nico's got 21 kills. Let's give him an AK. And the rest of the guys, let's get him enough utility so we can actually get him in positions we can find frags. So this is the final buy. 1 AK-47, 1 UMP for Yugi. 3 Tech 9s, get some smokes in. Maybe a wall of smokes towards B. They've got 3 smokes, that makes sense. They had success with that before, the lesser weaponry. Tech 9s, certainly very applicable in those certain situations. Push through the smoke after they've been deployed with flashbangs. We saw it before. And I would be almost certain that's the round that's coming in. But let's see what happens here. Round number 8. Everything tied up.
We'll head over toward the B side with Chris. Oscar heads to danger, smokes off mid immediately. As soon as that smoke blooms, I imagine he relocates onto the hay bale position. Exactly that. It's down the alleyway. Shots go in though, and Lowell's got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't get tagged by any of those. It seemed like the bullets were at his kneecaps, but just below apparently, just missed. That's the resolve to this counter smoke though. Had the option to go for a fast tree boost. They elect not to.
This is
they have now. They have now.
Yeah. Towards drop down, A split comes in. Changing things up slightly. CTs are aware.
This is the reason I say the smoke boost though, because it gives them a chance to rotate earlier off of the position at long, because that player can cover both, but they've still got to retake off toward this mid connector. Good flash in. Speedy gets folded down as a result. Oscar! Ooh. That's lovely. Gets one on top of the site. Tries to turn around and find Snappy as well, but to be fair, he did very well with the op anyway.
This is nuts. They're going to win this round as well.
He's got one. Snappy and Monty close it out. You're right. Another force buy win. We said it had the potential to snowball. Not if that happens. That's how you shut that down. And now,
surely
boots on the other foot. Mousesports, no money. Heroic could find themselves up to 13 and maybe even 14 quite quickly.
I think they have to take the eco here.
Full eco.
They're going to take 19 on top of this. A buy is possible. They get some upgraded weaponry, get PT-50s and 5.7s. This should be the moment now where Heroic crack this game open and get a substantial lead. 13-11 should be coming in. I said that with bated breath. We'll see what happens. It's round number 9, 12-11. And we have a Zeus for Speedy once again. We know he likes it. I've never seen him get a kill with it, but let's see whether he can do it this time towards drop down.
Marty. It's holding off for a push to come out from long. Little does he know, it's right in front of him. Does check it, considers it, and Dennis will go down. Have to neutralize this. Here we go again with a Zeus, though. Rushley's favorite. Speedy. Oh, gets it. Jump shot as well. Ah! Speedy looks for more. Gets taken back by Nico on the AK. I do enjoy the sound very much, but that's why you buy it. In that situation as well, pretty much best situation you could possibly use it in right now. Tight angle, jump up, easy to hit. Better headshot from Lowell on the first. Follows it up surprisingly with a body shot, but Chris is going to jump up. No way.
You've got to be kidding.
Again.
You've got to be kidding.
This game
This is stupid.
Makes no sense. Chris picks up the op, can't get the shot right away, but there's Lowell to close it out. We go back to 12-12.
This is nuts. That doesn't make any sense. The fact they brought nothing into the round. It's Zeus, a PT50 to 5-7, and they still win the round. And now it's up to Heroic to force buy again, if you know they're going to, and they'll probably win the round, because this game doesn't actually make any sense right now. 12-12, and we do have the force buy. 1 AK, 1 UMP, 3 pistols, and surely Mousesports can convert this to a victory. Surely. No one can break it right now. It must have been back and forth for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds.
Yeah, and the most anyone's won in a row in the half is 2. This is one of the most back and forth games I've seen. Usually you see it for 6 or 7 rounds, but this is beyond that. Lowell, he's trying to get the headshot from far. Gets him one on the top of the tree, though. Gets in behind the rock as well as they have to cross over. Nico and Volda. And the only 2 that remain for the Heroic side. And they're going to try and boost above to utilize their position above the smoke to try and get a better advantage toward the rock as well. But Dennis is ready for that. Bomb's up there now, too. That's not the one you want to boost. That's the round. Yep.
It's happening.
Has to be the round. Can't do anything about it.
Well, Mousesports now with a chance to close this one out. It'll be 13-12. Has to be an eco for Heroic. Next buy will be $2,400. It won't be great. Here's a little replay of the Zeus. Matt, can you do sound effects?
No, that one wasn't as good. That was better the first time.
Yeah,
You can't put me on the spot, Henry.
It's true. You're not a vending machine.
No. I get...
I was about to say something else. That would have been amazing. But I guess not safe for this broadcast. Oh,
Tell me after.
Oh, I will. It was Jason will like it as well. It's one of his sayings.
Oh, well, it's probably not that funny then.
It is. It's pretty good.
Here we go again with a force buy. Yugi's got Oscar. As he gets aggressive, surprisingly, with an AWP. I think misreading what they had to work with in this, because why would he go that aggressive against pistols and give up an op? Don't laugh at your own jokes, Henry.
It's really bad. I didn't even say it. It's laughing about something I thought of.
It's fine. Just say it. Say it.
No, I'll
you
tell
won't.
After.
Chicken. Nico gets Chris. Yugi thinks about firing into that telephone pole. He may... Ooh, okay. You know Speedy's there. I was going to say, he may see him back up ever so slightly. And catching flash is perfect, but... Ooh, Marty doesn't collect it. Did damage, and Yugi misses the shot. So now Mousesports have the advantage.
Yeah.
Finally, we get another 2 rounds for them. That's the difference in this.
That's 3 in a row.
Oh, it would be. You're right. So they win 2 in a row twice. There's the 3rd. That's the difference in the half for sure. 14-12.
So that was one of the first ecos we've seen from Heroic there. They did manage to get an AWP up after finding the kill along A. But here's a little replay from you. Speedy game flashing by a teammate. Nice teamwork there, and he gets 2 kills for it. Not bad at all. Finds the AWPer. It's going to be a round of 12 here. 14-12 in favour of Mousesports. No AWP for Heroic. Actually quite a weak buy, all things considered. They do get the smokes out. Only a couple of Molotovs to work with and little flashbangs. So we'll see whether they can actually get going here.
Oscar sits with the AWP above the half wall inside of the A site. Snappy's gonna check himself into the long A in. Won't stay long though.
No.
But much like Hotel California, he can check out anytime he likes. But Dennis wants to make sure he can never leave.
Well, they have got long air control set up here. But the CT's not taking the bait quite yet. They actually went aggressive on the upper P platform. Got a bit of intel of their own. So they'll be keeping 3 players on that side of the map. Speedy, one of those players at top of middle here. The bombs towards long A, and it looks like they're setting up some sort of execution there, but Dennis wants to shut it down right here, right now. I guess he just shut down himself. Yugi finds the first kill.
Speedy's going to get more. Does finally get Maudie. It looked like it was going to take a while to win it out, but now Mousesports are stabilizing, and they'll get Valda. They'll close the round. They'll get map point finally with a 4th round in a row as well.
Yep, they've run away with this one, and only $2,900 of lost bonus coming in for Heroic. Not ideal, they have to buy here. It's match point, and who would have thought, Matt, after getting battered 16-4 on Nuke, they come back and win the 2nd map as well. Sometimes Counter-Strike is very confusing. But still, Mousesports putting up a good showing here. I thought Heroic would run away with this. This is like Danish territory Cbble. Like, they're the best nation on this map by far, I'd say. But apparently, this will be a Mousesports victory. Looking at this buy, 2 UMPs, 2 Tech 9s, a Deagle. That's for Yugi. And they're going in on B. They're all in, running through the flames. It's Lau to find them first. He gets the first kill, taking down Valda. And it should be a Mousesports victory. 3 kills coming in, make it 4. And it's just Yugi now with the Desert Eagle to try and win another sensational clutch. I don't think it's going to happen, as he has been found. And that should be it. Chris J to finish off the job. And Mousesports, they do it. They pick up the second map after getting completely wrecked on Nuke.
Yeah, bizarre half, I have to say. But as we said, once someone does break it, it took a lot longer. They tend to run with it. That's what happened. Mousesports, in the unlikely event of a Zeus, won a pistol round and then ran away with the game. So it closed out quite quickly, but it took a while to get there. 16-12 for Mousesports. Jason.
They've done it. 1 for 1 on the evening. They came back much like earlier in the day. And yeah, it did get dicey there in that second half. A lot of weird traded rounds of just pistols and losing some silly things. Typical Mousesports things, really.
That was a doozy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Knocked you in your ass, Chad? That little ending?
Is doozy a good thing or a bad thing where you come from?
I think it can be used universally as both, just depending on the context.
And probably the tone.
Yeah. Was that a good doozy or was that a bad doozy?
It was a good doozy, you know, because that's entertaining Counter-Strike. You know, you see the Zeus frags, the Nico 4K Deagle
You enjoy
rounds.
those? So normally you hear triggering associated with it. So like, where do you stand on this?
If you want to break it down from a strategical, analytical point of view, where teams should never be winning those rounds and that should just be fundamentally sound, spot on, awful. That's not. But if you want to be entertained,
that's what we had.
I definitely want to be on this Tuesday evening.
Yep.
That was very entertaining. Good on Mousesports, bouncing back from a crushing defeat.
You know what I found entertaining was someone tweeted the clip of Nico's 4-kill Deagle to Dupree, and he responded, he only got 4, noob.
Rude.
And then he went up for the LAN angle as well. But I mean, that's not bad.
The LAN one, it doesn't get used as much anymore.
Banter. No, the LAN one doesn't get used as much.
I feel like it needs to get used a little bit more.
It could be. Either way, we do have today's results ready. We'll bring those up on the screen in case you just tuned in. Now you missed some other doozies earlier in the day. 16-5 Na'Vi wins over Hellraisers in the first map, and then Hellraisers responds to the 16-11 win. And then obviously this one, we just saw the 12-16 win for Mousesports. And what we didn't see, or what you might not have seen earlier, was a 16-4 win by Heroic on Nuke. This is how the standings change, not much. Hellraisers go up
the 1-1s, keep it pretty standard, right?
Yeah.
Right. Hellraisers got to be, pretty happy though that they get to move up a couple slots.
I think we can see how quickly the tables can turn. You know, Mousesports are still in number 2, but things are sliding and slipping all over the place quite quickly.
Do we know who Hellraisers are playing soon as well?
I can find out, Lauren.
Do you have a little peek? I'm kind of curious.
Slip and Slide was a phenomenal game.
Why are you looking at me?
Just
is it like Snakes and Ladders?
You don't know what a Slip and Slide is?
The blue
backyard?
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had too many spiders and snakes to do that, mate. They come and give you a little nibble.
Drop bears.
Yeah, you don't want to go outside unless you have to. Yes, Lauren, we can see that they have to take on North, Astralis, Fnatic, Mousesports, FaZe, and NIP. The end of the season for Hellraisers is going to be an uphill battle.
It is.
It's going to be a doozy. Let's bring up the NA schedule now in case you guys are feeling awake, feeling alive after that second half, because we are. SK taking on Optic in 2 back-to-back games, and then Team Liquid and Winter Fox going at it. The Kiwis, the New Zealanders.
You did it!
I did it. Just for you, Chad. Just for you. The end of tonight. This is going to be Europe tomorrow. So this is going to be NIP versus Na'Vi. Definitely don't want to miss that one to see if NIP can still keep climbing the ranks. And then Astralis taking on Kingwood. That will be a tough match for the Polish Penguins.
Yeah, cute little logo though.
It is.
What noise do Penguins make?
I want to say a quack, but that feels so awkward, doesn't it?
They waddle though.
They do waddle, and they slide like slip and slides. They have ice. So they slide.
Might depend on the type of penguin too.
Emperor penguins and such. This was a brilliant segment. What we're going to do is take off for the evening. Thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. Have a good one.